Does intelligent agency truly exist, or is it merely an illusion, a construct of our minds? In the realm of Darwinian materialism, the concept of intelligent agency, whether divine or human, is fundamentally denied. As Paul Nelson elucidates, methodological naturalism results in a worldview where minds are simply the byproduct of physics. In this worldview, you aren't the author of your actions, but rather, physics is the puppeteer, pulling your strings and informing you of your actions after they occur. However, an interesting paradox arises when we consider how Darwinists, despite their denial of intelligent agency, often borrow this concept from theists to lend credibility to their theories. A letter written to Darwin in 1859 by Adam Sedgwick highlights this contradiction. He criticizes Darwin's use of the term natural selection as if it were a conscious act performed by a selecting agent. This sentiment is echoed by Stephen Jay Gould in his article Sociobiology, The Art of Storytelling. He suggests that when evolutionists try to explain adaptations and behaviors by reconstructing history and assessing utility, they end up crafting stories where the agent is natural selection. Evolutionary biologist Robert Reed also points out the careless language of neo-Darwinism, where one could substitute divine plan for selection pressure, without disrupting the argument's logical flow. Moreover, this illegitimate borrowing of intelligent agency from theists is inherent within the term natural selection itself. As William Dembski noted, natural selection is therefore an oxymoron. It attributes the power to choose, which properly belongs to intelligent agents, to natural causes, which inherently lack the power to choose. This borrowing of intelligent agency is not just limited to the term natural selection. It also extends to the teleological language used by Darwinists to describe biological systems. As Stephen Talbot explains, biologists often dismiss this problem by claiming that they're speaking metaphorically. Many biologists claim that when we wield the language of agency, we are speaking metaphorically, and that they could just as well, if less conveniently, abandon the metaphors. Yet no scientist or philosopher has shown how this shift of language could be effected, and the fact of the matter is just obvious. The biologist who is not investigating how the organism achieves something in a well-directed way is not yet doing biology, as opposed to physics or chemistry. Is this in turn just hand-waving? Let the reader inclined to think so take up a challenge. Pose a single topic for biological research, doing so in language that avoids all implication of agency, cognition, and purposiveness. Professor Denis of Oxford University further emphasizes this point by stating that it's virtually impossible to talk about living beings without using teleological and normative language. Words such as goal, purpose, meaning, correct, incorrect, success, failure, etc. are integral to understanding life. Annie Crawford, in a 2020 article studying the problem of teleological language in Darwinian explanations, found that teleological concepts cannot be removed from biological explanations without losing meaning and explanatory power, as life is inherently teleological. And as geneticist J.B.S. Haldane himself conceded, teleology is like a mistress to the biologist. He dare not be seen with her in public, but cannot live without her. In conclusion, the paradox of Darwinists' denial and use of intelligent agency is intriguing. Despite their denial of the reality of intelligent agency, Darwinists are vitally dependent on the language of agency to make their theories appear plausible. In essence, every time Darwinists invoke intelligent agency, whether in the context of natural selection or the teleological language of biology, they inadvertently refute their own theory and confirm the reality of intelligent design.